Hello folks, this is Sullla once again. You're listening to another video for League of Legends. In this game, we're going to be trying to take a look at a game that did not get off to a very good start, and then trying to do our best to turn that around. This is taken from a solo queue ranked game. In this game, I'm going to be playing as Sullla alongside a whole bunch of players that I don't know because this is solo queue. I ended up being matched up with Vayne in this game, and Sullla Vayne is not a lane that I think is especially great. It actually is one of those lanes that scales pretty good as the game goes on. One of the reasons why I actually had last pick in this game, and I was considering what to play as far as support champions go. And I was considering playing Lux, which is what I often do if I'm just like going for a random support. But when I saw that Ezreal was going to be the other AD, I was like, you know, he's pretty hard to hit with poke because of his arcane shift. Very good at dodging bindings, so I decided I would not try to play a Lux for this game. And it's a game where I would probably have played Morgana because Morgana would be really good against some of the champions on their team. Brand, in particular, you Black Shield when he tries to go for his stun combo on his Q, and you just Black Shield it and nothing happens. Similarly, if someone's going to get caught in a pillar, you can block a good chunk of the damage with a Black Shield. Also pretty good against Hecarim because you can stop the fear effect from the Onslaught of Shadows if you get a good Black Shield off. Like, as long as your Black Shield's strong enough to stop the damage from coming through, you will not get feared, which is really big. It just shuts down Hecarim's initiations. But Morgana was banned this game. The brand player actually banned Morgana, so that was not an option, and so I ended up playing as Sullla. I'm not going to be focusing as much on champion builds this game because I think people are pretty familiar with Sullla. I already have a Sullla video up from a couple months ago from like the beginning of Season 9. She hasn't really changed very much. She hasn't really changed much from like Season 1, to be honest, just like small tweaks here and there. You pretty much, like, you max her Q first, max her W second, and basically build support items, like standard support stuff. I've actually gone with the Ancient Coin, which I'll talk more about in this game. I've gone with the Ancient Coin because I don't want to have to get up close to the enemy team to harass. I'm just going to try to play a little bit more defensively. So I want to watch this lane like kind of early on and show like kind of how one side gets an advantage in lane. So if you note right there, Vayne went forward the last hit, but Vayne took like multiple shots from the enemy team while going forward to get those. I think that she took like an Ezreal auto, an Ezreal mystic attack, and she also took a Brand auto attack. She did dodge the Brand pillar there, but taking a lot of harass. And like right there, the tumble in to get a minion kill, not the best, because as soon as you tumble in, obviously there's no chance to dodge any of the poke that comes out from Brand. So note that Vayne has already used her potion. She just got hit by a Brand pillar, and she also got hit by an Ezreal mystic shot. So let's just keep an eye on our player again, and once again, Vayne just gets hit by a Brand's pillar. That didn't really need to get hit, but just kind of got hit by it regardless. Now, I am not doing a great job of dodging this harass either, but I don't need to get right up. And the minions, like right there, takes another Ezreal Q. Just barely managed to get out of that pillar, but then once again gets hit by an Ezreal auto attack, an Ezreal mystic shot, and gonna get hit by another Brand, a Brand Q, I believe there, not the pillar. So just like that, Vayne is down to like 20-25% health, and we've effectively lost the ability to harass them back and forth in this lane. Vayne was actually typing in chat. It was like, what are you doing? Why aren't you harassing them? And I'm just like, you're getting hit by all the poke, not me. I'm at full health. You're at 25% health. So I don't think that this is my fault, buddy. Yeah. So long story short, our Vayne player was not doing a good enough job of dodging the enemy poke. It was just kind of getting hit again and again. And granted, this is a really obnoxious, really annoying lane to have to deal with, but we couldn't really fight in this. Oh, and then Vayne has to take a bad back timing, or was looking at taking a bad back timing. This is not when you want to base, just because she's taken so much harass. So this is, we've kind of already gotten behind the 8 ball right here, and it's largely due to how much poke that our Vayne player has taken. Again, like I said, this is not the easiest lane to deal with. Right there, I actually get off a nice Sona shield. Blocks most of the damage coming in. But now, so now Vayne needs to last hit under turret, and like once again, just walks right into the Brand pillar, and then takes a Brand E, the conflagration, and now there's not much Brand can do, or not much Vayne can do. She's gonna have to back, and this is a terrible time to have to back because there's a cannon minion wave coming in, but Vayne is super low, she's out of potions. She's on like 15% health, and she's going to die if she sticks around. So like I said, tough lane, a lot of harass from Ezreal and Brand, but not the time you want to look to back, and as a result, Vane's gonna lose a ton of farm, and we've now effectively like lost control of this lane just off of that. So that's why I really wanted to tunnel in on this. I wanted to show like how we fell behind in the lane. And granted, I probably could have done a better job, don't get me wrong. But a lot of that was Vane just taking way too much harass that didn't really need to be grabbed, and then ended up falling behind in the lane as a result. So I do want to check in on the other lanes. So up here in top lane, we've got a Yorick against Gangplank matchup, and if you notice, Hecarim's actually coming around here. He's going to jump on Yorick, and yep, that's a kill up there in top lane. In mid lane, we have a Vlad player going up against Orianna. The junglers are Eve and the Hecarim that you saw here. And then in bot lane, it is Vane and me as support Sona up against the champions you've been seeing, an Ezreal player and a Brand player. Now right here, Brand kind of makes a mistake. He's trying to push this to tower, but he is the only one here. And as soon as we realize that Ezreal's not here, we can look to play aggressively against him. So like I'm going to come forward and try to ward in the brush here, and he's still trying to recall. And yeah, he's going to Pearl me, but as soon as we see that he's the only one there, we're going to look to potentially get aggressive here, because again, there's no Ezreal here, and we figured this out by now. So we're going to look to come down here. He's going to pillar us, and then we're going to get off. I'm going to use the speed up on the Sona E, and then we're going to get the condemn into the wall right now. Unfortunately, we didn't have vision, and Gangplank is going to slow us down there, which is unfortunate. I ignited the Brand, but he's going to get away, and now we're looking to chase this down. I've got those Sona R's running, and oh, Ezreal's on like one hit, but it's going to flash away, and now Vane's going to get an auto, and ooh, 18 health. So we come up just barely short. In retrospect, it would have been better if I had ignited the Ezreal, but then again, if Ezreal had been ignited, he probably wouldn't have stuck around that long. So we get a good fight out of that. One of the things that hurt us was we didn't have vision in the brush here, and that's because both of us put our trinket wards down here. Like, so, oh no, so I was going to say we both put our trinket wards down here, but there's a reason. Watch. Check out the vision of our team. Well, you can't see it right now, we're in the brush. Apparently, this ward does not see in the brush. I do not understand. The word clearly appears to be in the brush, but here's our vision. Oh, well, now you can't see because this word's here. Take my word for it. We did not have vision in the brush there. So for whatever reason, we didn't have a word there. So Vane had to put her word down, and then we didn't have a word to drop in this brush. So it was like, ugh. If we had been able to get a word down there, then I'm pretty sure we would have gotten that kill. So that was pretty sad overall. Their team's about 1,000 gold ahead, and a large portion of that is in this bottom lane. Yeah, you can see a decent margin is actually in the bot lane, but I'm actually ahead of Brand because he has not been landing too many of his Spell Thief charges, and I've been able to pick up the Ancient Coin. So just another word about that, I went for the Ancient Coin because I didn't think that I could win a poke battle with Brand, and you know, he just does way more damage. And with Vane being my laning partner, I was thinking, look, fighting a poke battle against Ezreal Brand is not going to work. So rather than trying to engage in that, I'll take the Ancient Coin. This is like the safer choice. I'm just going to grab the coins when they drop. I'm not going to try to get involved in a poke war. And we'll just try to outscale them because like Sona definitely has much better scaling than the Brand. Brand is really good in laning phase, but he is not going to be as useful to his team afterwards. He will have damage, he won't have anything else. Now, Hecarim's right here. I did just put a ward down here, so we do have vision of him as he tries to come in. But we're going to be a little bit slow to react here. So like here he comes, but Vane still going for minions, a little slow to react. I'm going to try to speed her up. She's going to use the Summoner Heal. She's going to flash. Now we have our Eve player looking to come in, but decides actually not to engage there. And now Vane's going to look to back again. So she did get out, but she had to burn Summoner Heal. And probably should have reacted just a little bit faster. I think one of the issues with Vane is she did not look to take very good back timings in this game. She's gone back repeatedly at points in time where probably it would have been better to stick around. Meanwhile, I'm just going to check in here in the other lanes. It looks like, so Yorick is way ahead in farm, but Gangplank actually ended up getting an assist on that earlier gank. And our Vlad's going to roam down here, but I don't think that's going to turn into anything. Otherwise, the junglers are just kind of hanging out, not doing that much. Yeah, so I actually thought this was warded during the game, but it turned out it wasn't warded. There was no real opportunity for Vlad to come in here and try to make a play because the minion wave was not in a position where he could come in and look to do that. Overall right here, so I am going to get grabbed. This is one of my mistakes in the game. I'm actually going to face check into the brush, and I get get stunned by Brand. It turns out their team has hit 6 before us, so Ezreal's going to use his ultimate, and we ultimately end up giving Ezreal a double kill. So that was really bad. One of my worst plays in this game. Just did not have a trinket ward up. Just for some reason, face checked into the brush. Brand gets off pillar plus Q. He ends up killing me. And then Vane is fortunately able to get 1 kill back. I did get off a decent ultimate, but it's not enough. and we end up dying there. Here, we're going to try to get a kill on Orianna, but it's not working. The Gangplank ult was really well placed. Vlad is going to try to flash in. He doesn't get that. So their team is now ahead 6-1, and we are in rather dire shape for this early in the game. Already down 2,500 gold, and just the solo lane's not looking too great for us right now. The only place we're doing okay is in this top lane. And even there, Gangplank is keeping up in farm, so he should be ahead in gold just due to the fact that he's Gangplank. And now Yorick is apparently trying to dive under the tower, but looks like Gangplank is going to have just barely enough health to stay alive. And meanwhile, their team's going to take this Ocean Drake to try to snowball their lead. This is a good take for them, good decision. All I can do is look to ward up here. We were pretty sure that they were doing the Ocean Drake, or at least I was pretty sure that they were doing it, but I mean, not in a position to contest at all. Jungler dead, mid laner dead. That's a free dragon for them, so nothing we can do about that. And they're going to get that early health regen and mana regen in this game. So yeah, we are down in this lane. Ezreal is 2-0. Vayne, unfortunately, cannot get out of that pillar. That one was nicely placed by Brand. I don't think there was a whole lot that Vayne could do there. So yeah, we gave up 2 kills. Largely my fault. Vayne's earlier taking the harass was on her. And she wasn't farming great, but that double kill was on me. And now Hecarim's going to come in again. And yeah, Vayne just died. I saw him coming, I backed. Vayne apparently did not see him coming and did not back. So not a great death there. We didn't have a lot of tools. Alright, so here I want to show something. Alright, so I actually paused the game here. So this is another big mistake on my part. Ezreal, we got Eve coming in. She's looking to make a play. Ezreal arcane shifts forward. Now, when Ezreal uses his blink forward, he has no escapes. So he's just given up his entire escape in this lane. So all I have to do is ult him right now with Sona ult, which is up, by the way. I've not used it. And Eve can then immediately hit her charm, and we're just going to blow him up and kill him. But for some reason, I don't do that. I'm not sure why I was so slow to make this play. So instead, Eve's going to be the one to engage. Ezreal is going to use his flash to get out. Going to use his summoner heal. Brand gets off a really nice ultimate that hits both of us. Gets like the maximum 3 or I think that bounces up to 4 times. I think it bounced all 4 times. And so Brand claims that kill. And that's really on me because I had the perfect opportunity to ult there. Ezreal blinks in right as we're setting up a gank. I mean, what better timing could you want than that? But I don't see the opportunity. I'm too slow to the play, and I get our jungler killed as a result of that. So bad play by me. Not very well done. And I have to say, I did not play this laning phase especially well. And even though I don't think Vayne has been great in this lane, I am a big part of the problem because I have missed plays that I have given away what was effectively a double kill and missed the play that was there to be made. So yeah, not the best stuff from me. Meanwhile, Vayne's come back to lane. Right now, I am super low on mana, and that's kind of hampering my ability to do much of anything. So I'm going to need to back here relatively soon. And then maybe if I can get some mana, we can look to get back in this. But Vayne, yeah, still taking a lot of harass. And this is where I wish I was Lux, because I could look to ult that Hecarim standing on a ward. But instead, Vayne now just decided to go in, which was honestly shocking to me. She was on, like, again, 20% health, but decided to go in. Ended up flash condemning Ezreal into the wall. Actually went in when Hecarim was still recalling, so that was just totally bizarre to me that Vayne went in there. But I am able to follow up the Ezreal use of the stopwatch, which was probably not the best stopwatch usage, and ignite and get a kill. So we at least go 1 for 1 and shut down Ezreal's farming. Meanwhile, there's a fight going on up here in top lane. So let's just check in on this. Looks like it's backed off. We had mid and jungle roam up top. And Eve is still lurking, so this looks like it's going to be a 2v2. There is the charm. Let's see if that can land. Does land the Eve initiation, then uses the ultimate, but ooh, Orianna not quite dead in ignite. Ooh, clicked on the wrong person. It's used on Gangplank. It is enough to get the kill on Orianna, so that's not bad. And end up going 1 for 0 there. So that actually turned out better than it looked like at first. Getting at least 1 kill in that fight. Meanwhile, down in bottom lane, we're still just looking to farm. Vayne being on 53 CS, and like right there, like this is what I'm talking about. Vayne literally just stands in the pillar. She's got tumble. She can tumble out of the pillar, but just stands there, doesn't move. And I mean, Brand W does so much damage. Whoa, what the? Oh, never mind. I thought for a second Brand wasn't skilling his W, but it's actually a 4. It's just really hard to see under the interface. Pillar though, yeah, a lot of damage, about 250 damage right there. And ooh, missed that one up in top lane. Yep, Hecarim comes ganks, and so our Yorick is now behind as well. So we're not really winning anywhere on the map right now. We are down in top lane, where Gangplank's 103 and Yorick's 020. We are... I can't think that we're ahead in mid, because Ori's got to have the... I guess we are slightly ahead there, a little bit more gold. So I guess Vlad is slightly ahead there, but Hecarim's way ahead in jungle, and Ezreal with his Kleptomancy and his 3 kills is way ahead in the bottom lane. I'm actually keeping up with Brand reasonably well, but Ezreal is way, way, way ahead up there. We are taking advantage of this little temporary reprieve when Hecarim was back to grab the Scuttle Crab, which will be nice. At least we'll be able to see when the enemy team does the dragon, so maybe we'll have a chance to make a play on that. And then down here in bot lane, we do have Eve coming in, so she's going to look to hit that charm. Let's see if she can get that. So she does hit it, really nice. I'm going to follow up with the Sona ult. I apparently get the kill, and then Vayne gets the condemn into the wall on the Brand, which is quite nice again. Brand gets off his stun, but it's not going to be enough, and say hello to the Sona double kill there. Really would have preferred that those 2 kills went on to Vayne, because she can use the money much more than Sona, but in a fight like that, you can't just not use your abilities as Sona. That was a reasonably close fight. I only made it out of there on like 200 health. So we do go 2 for 0, but watch this. Hecarim hanging out here. He's going to ward the dragon. And now Vayne recalling on a ward. Why didn't she just walk back to the tower? I don't know. Still recalling on a ward, not watching. And Hecarim says, guess what? You're dead. Or I guess it's Ezreal in this case, who, by the way, launched the True Shot Barrage from base. I guess he also saw Vayne recalling on the ward, and they're going to pick that one off. So Vayne feeds a very needless death back to the enemy team. And this is just not a good Vayne game thus far. 1-4-3, 65 minion kills at 15 minutes. I mean, that's pretty rough right there. That is not a lot of minion kills. If there is anything good, though, at least Hecarim had to use his abilities. Actually, I don't even think he used his ultimate. Wow. Looks like he did not even need to use his ultimate there. Wow, that's pretty sad. He should not be killing Vayne when he doesn't even have his ultimate up. That's pretty bad. But at least the Mountain Drake wasn't taken yet, so as I said, we have at least a shot to look at to fight that. Here, Hecarim's going to go in, but Vlad pulls underneath it, and now he's going to use that, and then Orianna's going to follow it up, so that's a nice combo play from them. And then in bot lane, Ezreal's going to take the tower, so yeah, this is not... Again, Vayne, just standing in the pillar. I really haven't seen many players who just stand there in the pillar, and like right here, I'm going to get off a nice ult on the Ezreal, and then Vayne is going to get the condemn into the wall. But Vayne took so much harass earlier that she is then going to get chased down. First by Brand, who hits another pillar, and then Hecarim's coming in as well. I was like, you know, we really probably could have won that better, except that Vayne had taken so much harass from just standing in pillars repeatedly that I guess we were good to go 1 for 1. So, yeah, okay, I guess. I did get off a nice Sona ult. I think that was reasonably well played. I saw the opportunity, ulted, locked up Ezreal. Vayne did follow it up with a condemned stun into the wall, so that was pretty good, but just had gotten harassed down really low earlier. And we did pick up a solo kill in mid where Vlad picked up a kill, so that's helping us out. Up in top, the Yorick is farming, but hasn't really done much other than farm. And Gangplank has been farming better and is probably going to scale better too. Ezreal ult just randomly coming in for absolutely no reason. We do find that Hecarim is over here, though. He's trying to do the dragon, and the fact that we had vision over here is enough for us to grab him and chase him off. Eve is about to die, but she's able to ult out, and then we see that the Mountain Drake is low. I'm going to drop the vision ward. It's like, you know what? Hecarim's really low. We really should try this. Like, we do have a mid lane priority for the moment. Ezreal's up here clearing mid. Vlad can come down to join us, so we may as well try to do this, right? We've got an opportunity here, and we are going to claim that. Ori also uses her ult, and I dropped this ward over the wall, so that's going to allow us maybe to get a kill on Ori. Nope. I'm not going to pick her up, but hey, we did get her flash, and we got her ult out there too, so that's pretty good, all things considered, for the price of a ward dropped over the wall where we could see her trying to steal it there. So that was good, and if there was one thing that was going well for us in this game, a game where we're down 3,000 gold, we really had no business getting that Mountain Drake. Let's see, Hecarim's going to go in. It's a nice pull again from Vlad. If there's one thing that we have going for us, it's we did manage to get that Mountain Drake that we really had no business getting. That will at least make it harder for the enemy team to push and make it harder for them to take Baron. Mountain Drake is pretty much the worst dragon to get when you're behind. It really only helps you when you're ahead in the game. When you're behind, the main thing it does is it just stops the enemy team from getting the benefit. Like, they would have pushed over that turret faster if they'd had a Mountain Drake, but that's not a great benefit in a game like this. Still, we've got that to hang our head on, and the other thing that's going well is, look at our vision control. Look at my vision score down here, 24. That's a lot better than this 8 that Brand is doing, so I don't know exactly what Brand's doing, but he's not buying control wards, and he's not buying, he doesn't even have a sweeper, so he can't get rid of our vision. Here, Yorick not really paying attention to the map. He's going to get jumped on, and the Oriol's going to finish him off. Our vision overall is pretty good, but I guess he wasn't... I guess this is one part of the map that we didn't have anything. Like, here's our vision. versus their vision. I guess their vision's not terrible right now. I am just trying to get our red side jungle warded up so that we have vision if they're going to look to try and push deeper into our jungle. But this turret right here, definitely dead. We can't do anything about that. So they go to enemy team goes to 4,000 gold ahead, 14 to 8 in kills, 3 to 0 in towers, 1 to 1 in dragons. But they are going to make a mistake here. Ezreal, for some reason, solo pushing this tower. I'm not sure why. So we are going to look to chase him down, and then Eve finishes it off with her ult. I would have liked to have used my ult there, but it was still down from a previous fight, so not going to be enough to get that kill, or not going to be enough to get a second kill. But hey, we got a kill on Ezreal, and you know, if there is one thing that Vayne has done now that laning phase is over, Vayne has actually been kind of sitting in side lanes farming, and that actually has been helping us. Vayne has almost passed Ezreal in minion kills now, and I believe that she, well, I was going to say, I thought she was getting closer to passing him in gold, but I guess that Kleptomancy still has him pretty far ahead in gold. But this is what we need. Like, Vayne has really good scaling. We just need Vayne to farm, because she did a really poor job of farming in laning phase. Just get stronger and hopefully be useful to us later on. Just like find a quiet side lane where there's not much going on. What that means is we're not going to have much pressure elsewhere on the map. That means we're basically giving up the ability of us to take towers elsewhere on the map because Vayne's going to be spending so much time in lane farming. Here, Gangplank ended up running into the lane and now is like trying to chase down Vayne, who's on 40 minion kills. Vayne is tumbling, Gangplank is using his barrel kill for the speed up. And, oh, is he going to be able to get this? None of us are coming over to help. We are going to see the Blade of the Ruined King used on Vayne, and that's actually going to be enough to get her out. So now here I come to try to chase this down. I'm going to use my power cord, and then I'm going to use the ult on Gangplank. I really should have killed his barrel. I don't know why I didn't just auto-attack his barrel. I think it's partly because I'm not used to the Gangplank barrels, and I get him down to like 40 HP, but then he's going to eat an orange, and he's going to turn around and kill Vayne, and that was super sad because we really should have had that kill. Again, I think the big mistake with me is I should have popped his barrel when it was on one hit. I still don't have a lot of experience with Gangplank since they added his barrels, which again I know was in like 2014 or something, but it's new to me. And Vlad, oh my goodness, going in here against Orianna, I don't know about this, but he's gonna get it. So hey, I guess he knew what he was doing. That does mean he doesn't have pool up to dodge checker him though, and he's gonna die there. So probably not worth it. I see this coming. I'm just like, nope, getting out of here. Gonna skedaddle over here. I am gonna drop a ward though, so we can see any movement that's around here, but not a lot we can do there. So Vlad would have to say that play was not worth it, even though he did get that kill, because we've given up control over the mid lane right now. And it looks like they're gonna have not much trouble getting this tower. I guess technically we trade this for a tower top, but mid tower is more valuable than that tower in top lane. And more people are going to come top to deal with Yorick. Here, though, Eve is going to get the charm onto Ezreal, gets the initiation, and then the ult finishes it off. So, hey, that's pretty nice. And we actually have managed to kill Ezreal 5 times. When he's dead, he's not stacking his... I guess he's already... Yeah, he's not stacking his tier when he's dead, so there is that. And Yorick sticking around too long in this lane. So, you know how this is going to end. Our 0-3-0 Yorick is now an 0-4-0 Yorick. And, you know, he's been farming reasonably well. He has the most minion kills in the game, but he's just kind of been solo pushing a split lane and not really achieving much. Like, it's nice to farm, but you shouldn't just farm and keep pushing the lane until you die and then not get much after that. There is a Mountain Drake up, though, and even though it's not really safe to do this, we did have more champions around here. And we saw that Hecarim had been in top lane, so we were thinking, I don't know, maybe it's worthwhile to do this. And like right here, Vlad's going to get a nice initiation onto the brand. So we're going to chase that off. And yeah, as much as we'd like to do this, now we really just have to clear out. We don't have numbers. Vayne is backing. Yorick is still dead, so we really can't do much about this. If the enemy team is serious about it, all I can do is try to get vision. So I dropped that ward, I dropped this ward, so at least this way we'll be able to see what's going on in the brush. At least have some understanding of what's going on in the game. I do not know why the enemy team did not just force this dragon. I would think that they could have done it pretty easily, and it looks like now they're belatedly turning and getting ready to do it. So we're going to set up for this. And again, we are just forced because we're so far behind. We're just forced to play defensively and have to hope to catch out the enemy team in mistakes. Here, though, looking to maybe come in, maybe get an initiation. We really need Vayne, though, who is not here, but it's a 3-on-3. So we're going to see Hecarim go in for the initial play, and then Vlad's going to chase after that. So we do manage to get the kill on Brand. Unfortunately, I whiff on the Sona ult, so that's not great. And then here, I'm going to have to flash out. Now they're going to turn and look to chase after Vlad. But we do have Vayne flanking, so watch this. Vayne comes in late to the fight, but she is going to look to chase people down. She gets off the Condemn onto Hecarim, and she's going to get the shutdown there. And now wants to chase after Ezreal. Can she get this? Remember, Vayne does get bonus movement speed when she's chasing. And Ezreal's going to Arcane Shift away, but Vayne picked up the red buff. And oh my god, the double kill for Vayne just gives her a huge amount of gold. I believe she picked up 2 killing sprees there, or something along those lines. So we actually end up somehow getting a great fight. Now, what I don't understand is why Vayne doesn't just come here and do this dragon. It's totally free. All she has to do is walk over, but for some reason wants to keep pushing this tower instead, which we can kind of get at any point in time instead of doing the Drakes. I'm like, come on, somebody help me here. It's a free Mountain Drake. It's not so much that 2 Mountain Drakes really helps us, so much as denying the enemy team the chance to take a double mountain would be really nice. So Eve's finally going to come over and help me out here. Meanwhile, the enemy team is running after Vayne, who is getting damage on this turret and is pulling people there. So thankfully, no one from the enemy team comes to stop us taking the dragon. I literally do not know why, but we managed to get that, and somehow, despite being far behind in this game, we've managed to get 2 Mountain Drakes, which will be significant later in this game, the fact that we have Mountain Drakes and their team does not have Mountain Drakes. So just try to keep that in mind. Once again, from my perspective, did not play that fight especially well. Sona ult basically whiffed, and I was forced to flash over this wall to get out. So Sona ult usage has not been especially great in this game. The one thing you can always do, though, as Sona is as long as you are alive and providing your auras, you are still useful to the team. So there is that benefit as long as you can stay alive. But could have been played much, much better because Sona Crescendo did not really hit anyone in that last fight, and a good Crescendo would have helped us a lot. Here, though, we see Hecarim's getting ready to initiate. He is looking to chase after Vlad, gets a really nice fear on Vlad, and that's quite bad because Vlad is one of the strongest members of our team, and then Vayne just chases forward into the middle of our team. I actually get off a decent ult that time, but it's not enough because the Brand ultimate really wrecks us. And here, oh, that's going to be nice. And then watch this. So Hecarim gets finished off by the tower, and then Orianna doesn't realize that she's tanking the tower. No! 300 gold for Sona. So that might be really silly, but that was hugely significant because instead of having Orianna and Hecarim up, Hecarim just barely dies to the tower, and then Orianna, for some reason, instead of literally taking 2 steps up to the top, like halves right back down into the tower, tanks 4 tower shots, and then dies with Sona getting the kill for it. With the kill credit for it. So that's a really, really big deal. If they had all 4 members of their team, if they had all 4 of them up, and in particular if Gangplank was with them, I'm not sure why he wasn't with them. If they had all 4 members of their team up, they could have quickly killed this tower, quickly killed this inhibitor, and probably gone to Baron and killed it. Furthermore, if they had Mountain Drakes, like if they had gotten the Mountain Drakes instead of us, they probably could have killed that tower and again look to rotate over to Baron and take that. If they do that, the game is over. But instead, they flub up the tower play. We do lose an inhibitor, so we fall further behind, but we're not totally out of this. And meanwhile, now we're going to look to making it play onto the Gangplank. I'm going to look to block him up with the power card right there, and then we're going to get the kill, and we don't lose anybody in the process. Now, ideally, it would be worthwhile to get a better use of Crescendo than just getting 1 kill, but considering how strong Gangplank was, taking him off the field, I think was worth it to use that ultimate. Especially because Eve was low and we might have lost her. Meanwhile, we then lose our Vlad player, who was having a good game, but picked a bizarre moment to come over here. He typed in chat, "We could have done Baron," and he said, "We could have done Baron, Ezreal was bot." And I was like, well, Ezreal was bot, but Orianna and Hecarim and Brand were all right there, and we definitely could not have done Baron right there. Not with Eve on 25% health and most of the enemy team up, so... Don't think that was a good play. I actually caught on the redemption there because we had no vision and we wanted to make sure that they were not doing Baron. So kind of a waste of redemption, but by the same token, we needed to know if they were doing Baron so we could charge in there and try to fight them because we had no vision. So, hey, worth it to use redemption if it means the enemy team is not sneaking a Baron. Just as another little check-in on the vision score, I'm at 52, and Brand is the only one on their team anywhere close. He has 31. The fact that they don't have a sweeper on their support, I think, is hurting them because we're keeping a lot of wards up in our jungle, and that's kind of been the whole strategy to try to come back in this game. Just ward up our jungle. Like, I'm prioritizing the red side right now because Baron is up, and hope to catch them out in a mistake. That's always the big thing you want to do when you're behind. Ward up the map, try to find people that are out of position, and then make a play off of someone being overexposed, as we've done a couple times. Unfortunately, though, it's not our team that's going to be overexposed right now. It's going to be our Yorick player, who is 0-4-0, and he is pushing far past our line of wards where it is not safe. He's going to get engaged upon by the enemy team. We don't even have Vayne, who's down here in bottom lane. The Eve player is going to try to do our best to save this, but unfortunately that's a mistake. As you see, Gangplank finished that off because the Hecarim ult is going to fear our Eve player, force her to run into our team, and this is just a total disaster. We've lost our jungler, we've lost our top laner, and Vayne is way down here in bot lane. For some reason, Gangplank teleports bottom, and he should just stay with them, and they should go to do Baron with a 5-on-2 advantage. But he teleports down here, he does not have any of his skills up, and Vayne actually polishes him off. So now, but that does mean Vlad and I now have to try to do something about this Baron. I'm trying to get vision in here so we can look to make a play. I'm going to drop down a ward, and this, yeah, so we just barely have vision. We know that it's getting low, so I'm going to slow this down. Vlad's going to come in, and the smite is too early, and Vlad's going to claim that, so he sneaks the Baron. I'm going to get an ult there, causes Ezreal to flash after me. I'm going to get finished off by Ezreal. And now our Vlad player is going to get finished off. But hey, we stole the Baron, and you know what? Vayne never left the bottom lane. So she is just going to keep pushing this, and we were like, oh my god, how exactly did this work? How did we somehow manage to steal Baron in a 2 versus 4 up there? And so we end up getting the Baron. We do lose myself, and we do lose the Vlad player, but Vlad made the big play, getting that Baron steal. It was just Hecarim smited too early. It went down to like 50 health, and then when Vlad flashed over the wall and pooled, he picked it up. So we got the Baron buff, and that was the break that we need in this game. I do feel, and oh, and by the way, the Infernal Drake has spawned right now, and the timing is kind of bad for us. If it was like 30 seconds later, we could look to force a fight here with the Baron buff, but you know, we still don't have Vlad, we still don't have me. I'm trying to get into this play, but we really can't fight them at the Infernal 3v5. It's not a good situation for us. So unfortunately, this is a situation where it's not worth it for us to take this fight, so they are going to get that Infernal Drake, and they get a very impactful dragon. I do feel like if we had not gotten the double Mountain Drakes, that they would have done the Baron fast enough that they would have been able to claim this. And so that ended up, like I said, I think being quite significant for this game overall. Now keep an eye on this. Brand is going to run to the bottom lane. So this is pretty important because that means Brand is not going to be with the rest of their team. So with Vayne coming back, Vayne has just bought. She got a frozen mallet for, I have no idea why. But it does mean Vayne is not sitting on gold, and we do have Baron on, what, 2 members of the team? And so their team is going to make a huge mistake because they're going to look to initiate this fight as soon as Vayne goes forward. And we're going to see this start, so I'm going to slow it down to half speed. They are looking to initiate right here, but watch. Eve is going to come in on the flanks, which is what Eve always wants. She's going to grab the Ezreal player and just shut him down. Meanwhile, Vlad is going to come in, and Yorick is going to approach from the side. Hecarim is going to ult, but it's already a little bit late in this fight. I'm going to look to lock him up with Crescendo. Doesn't matter, it's already too late. And then we're going to finish off the Gangplank as well. And it's like, oh my god, we just went 4 for 0. Their team took a terrible fight right there. We had the Baron buff on about half of our team. They did not have Brand, and they did not have any of Brand's enormous damage in a team fight. And so they basically picked a 4v5 out in the open, not near any towers, while we had Baron. Just a bizarre decision on their team. In that fight, I was trying to peel for Vayne, so I was just staying back and trying to protect her. And it turned out I didn't get off a very good ultimate, but I didn't really need to because Vayne was already safe. So just kind of saved it, didn't need to use it. And now we're just shredding our way through the base because we have double Mountain Drakes. The towers fall so fast to the double Mountain Drakes. It was like, oh my god, they're still just respawning. Are we going to be able to do this? And yes, just like that, one good team fight with double Mountain Drake and the Baron buff, and the game is over. Wow. I mean, when I was playing this, I was like, geez, we pulled this one out of the you know, our rear end on this particular game. Unbelievable that we were able to do that and wrap that one up like just off of one team fight. But stealing the Baron and then getting a good fight afterwards, the enemy team, like I said, picked a 4v5 when they didn't have their Brand, who did do a lot of damage. And they were not able to get any of the priority targets on our team. We got a great flank from Eve. Our Vlad went in and did lots and lots of damage. And they weren't able to get on top of Vayne. So we clean them up. We win the fight. We push down over mid. And apparently the 30-second respawn is all we needed to finish that one off. So hey, what a nice comeback there. I didn't think this was my best Sona game by any means, but if there's one thing that I did do well, it was vision control. We had really good vision in this game, and I do think that helped us when we were on the back foot throughout the game and trying to make a comeback. That and the fact that, hey, the Mountain Drakes are the weakest of the 4 dragon types, but the Mountain Drakes, super clutch in this game. Just goes to show you should never ignore any of the dragons. They are all good. You should always get them if you can. Don't give away a Baron to get a Mountain Drake, but you know what I mean. They're important to get. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, hope you guys are having a good week. Until then, have a good one. Take care. See you soon.